Hi everyone, so in this video I'm gonna show you how to create a lever. When we go on it, a door's open and then we can use it to go somewhere else or just restart the levels, which is gonna be the case in this video. So basically the first thing we need to do is to have some graphism. So I've already created some which are here, and so for example here I have the lever sprite sheet. So it is composed of 3 animations, one that is idle, one that is active, and one that is idle active. So this will be the one that we'll see when we will have activate our lever. And so I have also created a door, and so this is the idle animation of the door, and this is the opening animation of the door. And so we're gonna just use it, and we're gonna just export the sprite sheet. So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go into I'm already into my 2D platformer tunes, so I'm just gonna go on sprite and I'm gonna go and export the sprite sheet on door. You can download those sprite sheet in the description box of the video, like always. And so here I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna do export sprite sheet. I'm gonna go here, just make sure I'm on the right stuff, which it is the case, and click OK. So now if I go back on Godot, I'm gonna have my 2 sprite sheets that are just loaded into Godot. So now I'm gonna go on level and I'm gonna click on plus and I'm gonna create an area 2D, and we're gonna start by creating the lever. So area 2D, then I click on collision shape here. Then after that I click on collision shape, I go in the inspector, and here on shape I'm selecting new rectangle shape. But I'm also gonna create a sprite right here, and then I'm gonna go back again on the area 2D. I'm gonna click and I'm gonna create a static body 2D. This is not automatically a thing that you need to do, but me, I'm gonna do it because I prefer it. But for the lever, this part is optional. So I'm gonna create a collision shape on my static body and I'm gonna add a shape. So now I'm gonna go back on the sprite and I'm gonna take my lever and I'm gonna slide it on texture or drag it on texture. Here it happens, and so my lever is composed of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. So I'm just gonna go in animation, and vertical frame I'm gonna put 6, and for the horizontal frame, like it's 4, I'm gonna put 4. Voila. So now I'm just gonna I'm gonna be in need of starting to set up the collision shape for the area 2D, because we have 2 collision shape here, one for the area 2D and one for the static body. So the area 2D gonna be here on top of the lever, and the collision shape for the static body gonna be just right here at the bottom of the lever. Okay, so like that, it should be all right. Okay, so now I'm just gonna rename it and I'm gonna call it lever, and I'm gonna add another stuff, which is sorry, it's not what I want to do. Voila, I'm gonna click on plus and I'm gonna look for an animation player, which is here. On that animation player, what we're gonna do now is, like, we're gonna go here, animation, click new. I'm gonna create one that is idle. I'm gonna create another one that's gonna be idle active, and I'm gonna create another one that is active. Okay. So here now we need to create our animation. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna go back here on 0. I'm gonna click on my sprite. Here I am on idle and I'm gonna look for frame, and here I'm gonna click on the key icon. It's gonna ask me if I want to create a track for property frame, and insert key I'm gonna say create. And so now I just need to go here on the next one manually. I go back on frame, I click 1, and then after that Godot gonna propose the rest. I'm just gonna double that one. So I just go back here on sprite and I'm gonna go on 7, and I'm just gonna do that. So like this, the animation will be a bit better. I'm gonna put, like it's the idle one is going to be the one in default, so I'm going to put it on loop and I'm going to auto load it. And so now I need to go on active, so I'm going to basically do the same process. I'm just going to go back on the 0 here, and here what I'm going to do is like I'm going to click on the 7, create, I'm going to go back here and I'm going to select the next one, and then it's going to pick the right one. Okay, so I'm just gonna remove that one actually because I don't need it. And so here I'm just gonna double this one. I think it's gonna be better. So it's like what, this one? I think actually I'm gonna do it like this, like that. Okay, so that's good. So now because I'm at 0, 5, I'm gonna put here on the 1, I'm gonna, instead of the 1, I'm gonna put .5. So like that, my animation is here. And so now I need to do the idle active. And so the idle active is going to be the same. So it's going to be here. So I'm going to not use that one actually. Let's see. I'm going to use that one. And then I'm going to go here and I'm going to do that. Tuck. Voilà. Something like this. And I'm going to make it loop. Okay, so here I am at 0.9 on the gray rulers, so I'm gonna go here on 1 and I'm gonna tap .9, so like that my animation is fitting. And so normally if I go back on the animation player, I'm just saving. If I go on idle, it plays. If I go on active, it's alright. And if I go on idle active, it's good too. Okay, so now this is good. So we have those animation, which is great. Voila. And now we need to create the door. So we're gonna create the door, and we're gonna do basically the same stuff. What I'm doing, area 2D. So I'm gonna look for an area 2D just right here, and I'm gonna add as well a collision shape. I'm gonna add first a rectangle shape here, then I'm gonna add a sprite, then I'm gonna add another static body. This one is mandatory for that animation this time, so if you haven't done it for the level this time, you have to do it because it's gonna make the things way simpler. So collision shape attached to the static body 2D, we're gonna attach a new rectangle shape. And what we miss now is we need first to rename it door, and we're gonna also create an animation player because we need it. So animation player, voila. And so first what I'm gonna do is like, because I haven't moved yet my my lever, I'm just gonna go select my lever, go here on this one, the move mode, and I'm just gonna move my lever. Okay, and I'm gonna put it something like, I'm gonna put it right here. Voila. And now I'm gonna go back on my door, which is here, and I'm gonna load the sprite of the door in texture. So my door is made of how much? I think it's 4x4. Yeah, 4x4. So I'm gonna go on animation. Vertical frame is gonna be 4, and horizontal frame is gonna be 4. Right. So now we need to do the collision shape of the area 2D. So it's gonna So it's gonna be this one. I'm always forgetting this. You always have to put down the collision shape of the area below the sprite, so like this it shows over the sprite, which is a bit weird, but okay. And so I'm gonna just put the area 2D right here, and here the collision shape gonna be bigger. The collision shape of the static body gonna be bigger than the actual area 2D, so it's gonna be like that. So it's gonna stop basically our player to collide with our area 2D. We have some other way to do that, and I'm gonna show you, but this is the one I'm gonna use for that specific example. Okay, so here we are good now, and so now we can go to the code. So first we're gonna create the lever, and so we're gonna create a script. We're gonna go here, I'm gonna go back on my lever script, my script folder, sorry, and I'm gonna create my lever script here. I'm gonna go on create, And so now basically what we need to do here is to have a function, and that function is going to be the same that the braking platform. It's going to be a physics process delta. So I'm just gonna it's going to be basically the same stuff. So I'm just going to go here. I'm going to say func physics process delta, and I'm going to say a var. I'm going to create a variable inside the function, which is going to be for var body equal get overlapping body. And so here what I'm going to say is that for body in bodies, I'm going to say that if body dot name is equal to quote player, then we're going to say that we need to first call the animation sprite, so animation player, sorry. So hold on. So for body in bodies, what have I done? I've made a mistake. For body in bodies, if body name equal player, and so if I go back here for body in bodies, what have I done? Why do I have that mistake? Equal get overlapping body physics process data for body in bodies if body name. Okay. I see the stuff. Okay, so so I just made a typo for bodies in bodies. Voila. So now we're gonna say animation player dot play is active. Then we're gonna call a yield that's gonna just allow us to make our animation player be able to play the animation. So animation player, and then animation finished. Voila. And then what we're gonna say is that we are gonna put a dollar sign, call again the animation player dot play, and this time we're gonna say that it's gonna be idle active, because here we are activating the lever, and here that's the animation that we have once the animation player has been activated, when the lever has been activated. And if it's not like that, else we're gonna say just that it's gonna be, I think it's that it's gonna be animation player, and it's gonna be dot play idle. Okay, let's see first if it's work. So I go here. Okay, so that's good, it works. Okay, so that's fine. So now what we need to do is basically we need to open the doors when we are colliding with the levers. But first, what we need to do is to create the animation for the doors. So we're going to go here, we're going to say idle. Then we're going to create another one that's going to be called opening. And here we're going to create a last one that's going to be opened. Okay. And so first idle. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to go on my sprite. And I'm gonna look for the first frame here. I'm gonna key it. I'm gonna create. I'm just gonna move it back here because I haven't. And so now I'm just gonna go back on my sprite. I'm gonna look for the first frame, and then after that I can just let Godot suggest that. So I'm just gonna go back here, and I'm just gonna double my sprite. So like this, I think it will be good. So this one gonna be the idle, so it's gonna be on auto load and on loop. And then after that, I'm just gonna go back here, and I'm gonna this time do the opening animation. I go back on 0, and here I select the right frame. I manually advance here, then I look for the next frame, and then Godot gonna propose the rest. And so here the animation is good. So I am at 0.6 on the gray ruler. So in 1, I'm going to put 0.6. And so it's going to adjust it to the length of my animation. And so then after that, we need to do open. And open going to be basically just one frame. So it's going to be this one I'm going to create. I'm going to just move it here because I haven't. And here I'm just going to say .1 because there is just like it's .1. so up, voila, and I have my animation. I save. And so in our sprite, in lever, we need to do one thing that we haven't, because basically the door need to know when the lever has been actioned. And for that, we're going to create a signal. So we're going to go here and we're going to create signal. And we're going to say is active. So if is active, then basically we're going to say that here emit underscore signal is active. And so now we need to connect that signal to the doors, and for that we go back on lever and we go to node and we're gonna connect is active, that is just right here. We're gonna connect it to the doors. We can't now because I haven't created a script yet. Okay, hold on. So I just need to create the script here, and it's gonna be on script and door. I have put no comment just in case you wonder. So like that, I don't have the annoying comment that pop up here. So here I'm just gonna call a function physics process delta. And just what I'm going to do is I'm going to do again the same thing that for lever and for braking platform. I'm just going to copy that, basically, now that you know how to do it. And I'm going to copy that here. I'm going to set that. And so here, what we're going to do is just that we're going to say that basically, if body name equal player, we need to get tree. What have I done? Get tree, change scene, and we're just gonna go for level 1. It's gonna be basically that, and so that line of code gonna make us change our level. In this specific scenario, because we put level 1 and we are on the level 1, it's just gonna make us restart. But if you are, for example, on level 2, you just put level 2 and they'll be good. But here we're just gonna put level 1 for the sake of this tutorial. And so now that we have done that, we can go on lever here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna activate the signal. So we're gonna take the signal, we're gonna connect it to our door here. And here on lever is active, what we're gonna say is that we're gonna basically call the animation. So like that, it will be a good stuff. So we're gonna say $ animation player dot play, and it's gonna say open. No, it's gonna say opening, sorry. Voila. I'm gonna put a quote. Then I'm gonna call the yield. So like that, I will be able to have the animation that will play before to pass to the other one, and so it's gonna be animation finished. And then we're gonna say $ again, animation player, and it's gonna be dot play. And it's going to be this time open. Okay. And we need the last things to do. And after that, it will work. We need to go back on door and we need to go back on the animation because we have one problem. The problems that we have is right now, if we go on our door, basically, that we haven't located at the right place. So let me just quickly do that. I'm going to put it right here. So, okay, I'm gonna put it like that. So if right now we go to our door, basically we're gonna be able to stand on it, but not, we can't pass through it. That's just something that I've put like that. And so what we need to do is that we need to go back on our animation player and we need to go on opening, and we're gonna take the collision shape right here. And what we're going to say in the inspector is that basically on this animation, it's not disabled. So we're going to say key. And here is going to start to be disabled. And so we're going to key that. And we're going to come here and we're going to key that as well. And we're going to do the same on the open. And so on the open, we go back on 0. And here on the collision shape, we go on disable and we key it. And so like that, when it will be open, the static body of our door will be disabled, and we will have access only to the area 2D of our door, and that will be what we're going to use to move from another levels to another levels. Sorry. So, okay. Now logically it's good. Idle is alright. So I just need here to not disable it. So it's gonna be up, create, and here it's gonna. I'm just gonna do the same. You know, I'm gonna not disable it like that. I prefer just to key it like this. You know, so it's better this way. And I'm just gonna check a last time if I've done it right, just to make sure I haven't confused. It's alright. I'm on the right stuff, and opening, I'm on the right stuff as well. Okay, so now basically we have our disabled collision shape for the static body that is disabled, basically, and so the lever normally is activated too. So logically, if we run the game, the lever should work. Voila. And now we can go here. Okay, we have still some stuff that I haven't managed yet to know. It's like if I stay here, you know, like it continues on a loop. There is something to do possibly with that. I will fix that later. Okay, so basically I just found out why it was doing that weird stuff. It's because when we are on it, the collision shape of the lever is still activated, and so we need to deactivate it. And as we are using the animation player, it's going to be very easy to do. So first we need to go on our animation player, and we need to go on our idle active, so it will be the frame that our lever will play when it will have been activated. And what we need to do here is create a new track. And so we're gonna go on our collision shape 2D right here, and we're gonna disable here, and we're gonna key it at the first frame and the last frame. So like this, it will make the connection. You can see that line that appears. And we need to actually go back to active and do the same here as well, because basically when we are activating it, when we are still on it while it's activating it, it's gonna activate it in a loop if we don't do that too. So we're gonna do that here and here. And lastly, we need to go to idle, and here we need to turn off the disable of the collision shape, and we need to key that at the first frame and the last frame. No, not this one, like that. Voila. And so if I save and I play the game now, supposedly it should have like fixed that. Voila, you can see that now it's good. And we can't, the problem is that now we can't just like turn back the lever. So if you want to have that mechanics, you just need, I think, to unactivate the collision shape into the activating animation, if that makes sense. So if you want, for example, when you come here to open the gate and when you come there to close up the gate, you need to go here on active, where we are activating the animation, and you need to enable it, and you need to disable it on the other animation. But that's basically how it's gonna work. We have just one thing that we need to do as well. It's just that it's in our player. We need to go here, and we need on Z index, we need to put it at 1. So like that, it will pass over the door when we pass up like this, and now up we can open. And we also can create an animation when our player is coming into the doors, and he can just like, you know, like enter in it. We can also do those kind of things. It's completely possible, but right now we're not gonna do it. So that's it for that video. Then in the next video, we're gonna see some other stuff. I'm gonna show you like how to implement coins and how to after that also create some enemies and some other stuff. So thank you for watching. If that video has been helpful for you, don't hesitate to like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.